Hello, Mike here from Mike Overlanding. It's January 29th, Friday, 2021, and we're in northern Minnesota. It's about 19 degrees out, and the wind's blowing off the lake, so it's very, very cold. And we're gonna go spend a couple days in a yurt on a couple nights. And this is our gear. The park provides sleds. We didn't know what to expect, so we crammed as much as we can on it. Hello, it's Friday night, and it took us about an hour or so to hike the trail, the 2 miles to get here. And first order of business was to start a fire. So we had a nice fire going in the wood-burning stove. It took a while to make it warm in here. It's starting to get warm in here. I'm going to start having to peel stuff off, but the fire lit right away, but it's taken a long time to heat it up. But it's about 8 o'clock right now. And a couple hours and it's getting real nice, and I'll be peeling stuff off pretty soon. We had a nice meal. By plan, we knew that we wouldn't have time, so I used the jet boil. We boiled up some water, and we used some dehydrated meals. The chicken teriyaki was excellent. Jane, what did you think?
It's very good.
A little sweet for me, and we're having, I know this isn't everybody's favorite, but fruitcake was our dessert. And Merlot in a box. And this is our first night, and it's really cold outside, but it's real toasty in here. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. We have no idea what the temperature is, but we had a good night last night. We got here and it started turning dark, and the first order of business was, of course, getting the wood-burning stove going, and the fire started right away, but I would say it took a couple hours before it really warmed up and got toasty in there. And we were chilled from the 2 mile hike in here, pulling the sleds and sweating a little bit. I know you're not supposed to sweat, but I pushed it a little bit more because I knew I was going to go to a place where I could dry out. So it's Saturday morning, and we're going to start cooking breakfast. Got the fire going here, and we want to get some nice coals in there. And we're going to do some breakfast burritos on a cast iron pan, which we just bought for this. So it'll be fun trying to do that. And then coffee. And I just want to point out the jet boil here. I've had this for years. I've taken it backpacking with me, and I don't know of anything that boils water faster than this does. And it's wonderful because you can make coffee with it. We've got hot chocolate. We've got tea. You can do ramen noodles, which we didn't bring. Quaker instant oatmeal, which will be tomorrow morning's breakfast, because we'll want a quick breakfast before we head out. And I'm going to light this up and get this started here. There we go. It's lit. And voila! Pretty soon we'll have boiling water and some warm coffee. Here's how they have the wood set up. They have all the wood you can use for inside is free. And there's a place up here, I've got a still picture of it, where you can go get the wood and you bring it back in the sleds. And we load this wood, and when we got here, this chest was full of wood, and inside there was some wood. And we'll show you that a little bit later. And then for the outside fire, you got to buy your own wood. And we filled this thing up, and it was about $12 worth of wood. Because of invasive species, they don't want you to bring in wood from one place to another. So I just went and got some more wood because we went through quite a bit of wood last night. And it was nice. Okay, water has been brought to a boil. and get Jane her coffee first.
How much coffee are you putting in there?
You're filming that like that? I think it was 8 that we did last time. If it's too strong, we'll dump it out and get you more. Oof. Wooden shifted. Pleasures of camping. Okay. Now we'll let that sit for 3 minutes or so. And we'll have coffee. And you can tell me if I made it too strong. I want to show you a cool gadget I found. It reminds me of the old antennas on the old radios, walkie-talkies you had, but this is excellent in getting a fire going. And as you can see, it's going fine, but I want to accelerate a little bit because I want to get those coals and I want to get breakfast going. But if you want to come in here, I'll show you just how much this... In no time, you can accelerate your fire. It's a pretty cool gadget. Oh, we got a full thing of coffee here. What the heck? Right. Well, what a mess I'm making. Okay, one done. Okay, Jane's gonna tell me how strong I made it. Whoa, man, lucky day. Okay, we're testing it, and it looks good. Okay, this is breakfast this morning. We're having breakfast burritos. And we've got eggs in here, and it's always a good idea to plan ahead. It's a big pain to make sure eggs are fresh and they're not cracked, so we do it at home with a funnel and put it in here, and then we just pour it in. We've got peppers and onions, jalapenos for me, bacon bits, garlic, some cheese, and each of us will have an orange. We have orange slices, and then here's the tortilla. Cooking oil. This is cooking olive oil, so it can cook at a higher temperature. And of course, we have our coffee. Some more olive oil on the fire, or on the pan anyway. I'm going to saute the onions and peppers. Looks like we got the fire. Based on that sizzle, sounds like we got the fire. Coal's nice. A little garlic. Some bacon bits. Okay, now come the eggs. And salt and pepper. Jane, show us the little backpacking gizmo there. This is cooking pretty quick here, Jane.
Okay.
I don't have to get the rest of the stuff on it. Yeah, very hot. Okay, the jalapenos are in, and now I'm going to add some more bacon bits. Jane doesn't like as much as I do, and I don't really want to pack this out, so... how can you ever have too much bacon? Smoke. Okay, it's about 20 minutes after 9, and now breakfast is served. Yum. We are hanging out here in the morning. We just got done eating breakfast, and it's really warm in here, really nice and comfortable. And we're just kicking back right now and probably relaxing a little bit before we go do some cross-country skiing. But this is the yurt. This is where I slept last night. It was very, very comfortable. Here is a look of the inside of our yurt. This wood-burning stove did wonderful last night. We actually had to have a window open all night. And even though we had it turned down, I did have to load it twice. Once at midnight and once about 5 in the morning it was down. So, but it worked great. And this is the place for the wood. We got a nice place to eat and store our gear. It's all lived in look here. Storage over on this side. Places to hang, that's our camera bag. And we get a bunk bed. And there's a one-person bunk bed up on top and kind of like a futon. Turns into a two-person on the bottom. And some of our gear here. And that's the window we opened. And by morning I ended up closing it. Front door. Our skis. We had Jane reading a book. And here's our wonderful yurt. I hung a lantern, battery operated lantern from this hook, and it lit up pretty nice tonight. So really, really good. Lantern is right there. And even though it doesn't need it, it would probably go a whole nother night. We brought stuff to recharge it, so we're recharging it just in case. Hey!
Watch me wipe out. Oh, stop.
Well, folks, we had an equipment malfunction here while cross-country skiing. As you can see, part of my shoe, the sole, and the part that's connected to the ski fell off. So, fortunately, I wasn't too far away, and I was able to walk back. Oh well, I got some cross-country skiing in. Okay, here is a panoramic of our view from our yurt. It's called the Osprey. And keeping the fire going for dinner tonight, so I don't have to start it all over again. And there's a nice, beautiful lake here with nice woods to help block the wind, but thank goodness we don't have a wind issue today. And this is it. This is beautiful. Okay, we're sitting outside this afternoon. Nice fire. And we had, instead of soup, which we had planned, we've decided to have cheese and crackers and some wine. This is going to be our lunch. What do you think, Jane?
Yummy.
All
right, we're here at the lake, and our campsite is not far from us over here. But the ranger said that you could also cut across this lake to your campsite instead of taking the 2-mile trail. So we came in somewhere over there, and but he also cautioned that the snow is deep, and it sure is. So this would not be a good idea because it's so much deeper. You need snowshoes or something to go through here. But it's awfully pretty, and you can get to the camp by bike in the summer, or canoe. There's a picture of a canoe on that sign, and or cross-country ski or hike in, which is what we did. We hiked in. So yeah, so here at the lake, and it's beautiful.
And here's a view from out on the lake somewhat. Here's Jane. And the canoe sign. Okay, it's Saturday night, and we got a nice good fire here. And our cast iron pan is good and warm, and Jane's going to put some oil on here. Some olive oil that's made for cooking. Trying a different lens too here. This is supposed to be a lens that you can use when it's darker out and there's less light. And now we've got peppers and onions that we're going to saute. Oh, you're going to put the sausages on first, okay. There we go. This is dinner. We also brought baked beans, but neither of us are that hungry, so we'll just save them for another time.
Okay, we're cooking Italian sausages. They're looking good. Now it's time to put the peppers and onions on. Have it sauteed. Boy, that looks good, huh? Turn the light on here. Can you see that? Oh, looks yummy. Good morning. It's Sunday morning, January 31st. It snowed, nice little coating of snow everywhere, and we finally got some wind coming off the lake, so had to bundle up a little bit more. Sentimental value with this coat. This was my dad's, and he died many years ago. He used this coat when he went turkey hunting, and I've had it for years, never really had time to use it, so thanks, Dad, and thinking of you. And now to breakfast. Had the jet boil going here. It went out, so I had to create some kind of a wind block here. And if you come over here, Jane, a little bit. There's a pump where we get the water from. Well, we brought these 2 gallons of water with us. And we went through that, and there's a nice pump that still works despite how cold it is. Jane's already got her coffee. I'm making my coffee. We've got orange slices, hard-boiled eggs that we had brought with us that were already hard-boiled, and we're going to have some Quaker raisins and spice, and raisins, date, and walnut instant oatmeal. So, nice warm breakfast. Today is checkout day, so we'll get this, we'll eat, we'll clean up here, and we'll head out.
It's Sunday morning at about 9:30. We're heading out. We cleaned up the yurt, and we'll head over to the cross-country ski trail and head 2 miles back to the Jeep. Here is the adjacent yurt. This is a larger one, but there were 2 guys that stayed in here last night. And of course, here is the lovely lake. Here's a water pump that was fully functional. It worked well and got us some water. It wasn't frozen. They have garbage, and you can buy firewood for the outside fire here. And there's a trail to the right here that goes down to the lake. You can get to this park by canoe in the summertime. Here's part of a cross-country ski trail. I'm gonna panorama over and see this wonderful woods. And here's our gear, and there's our outhouse. And some more wood over there. On the trail coming in and out, we pass an eagle's nest. And pretty cool. We didn't stop on the way in because we were in a hurry. It was getting dark. But on the way out, we've got time to take a picture of it. And here is the eagle's nest. Well, I'm out of breath because I'm pulling 2 sleds plus my pack, and the sled Jane was pulling, one of the bags fell off. We stopped and I noticed it. Well, folks, that's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for watching Mike Overlanding. Please check out my other videos. We've got about a 4-hour drive back home here, but here we're at Glendalough State Park in northern Minnesota. Thank you.